Hello guys, Black is back. Black is back. The black hole is back. Yeah, I just was watching on flipping around. I've been being pretty lazy this afternoon because I don't know what the fuck to do in my situation, of course. As I've told you guys many times, I was thinking just now maybe I'll make a lighthearted version of what I would like to say. I may post this, I may not, but I probably will. I always play it back and it's like, yeah, that needs to go on there. I want you guys to hear it. Anyway, I'm like flipping around on my phone, sitting here and on the bed in the sunlight shining through the window, just trying. I can't. There's not much I can do in my situation, so I'm just preparing to probably have to move out and look even harder for work because it's just so fucked up out there, guys. And I'm sure you know can relate to that. But anyway, I was just watching videos, and Prison Called Life just made a video, and then I was flipping around. I just happened. You know how it is when you're just flipping around on videos on the thing. The cell phone, it's like you scroll down, it's like, okay, this is that scene from that movie in Hitch, fucking Will Smith, if you guys have seen that. That's the part where they're in that room and he's like, they interrogate him. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'm sure a lot of people have seen that movie. And it's like, and it gets to a point where it's like they're wanting him to leave because they find out he's a fucking doctor, the date doctor as they call it. And it's like, and he's like, wait a minute, what's the problem? It's like, they think he was, associated with this guy that was trying to fucking, because this is a perfect example of how life can be in this world. They think he was trying to associate with this guy that was just trying to lay people and stuff, just basically a horny old pig guy. That's what they call him in the film. And it's like, no, I didn't do that. And they're like, get out of here. It's like, well, this is why falling in love is so goddamn hard. You need to get your facts right, is what he says. Yeah. And then it's like, oh, do you believe that guy? And he's like, yeah, well, maybe I do. And then eventually it works out. Watch the movie if you haven't seen it. It's a good movie. Of course, he's also in another kick-ass movie. Made one of the shorts. In my shorts, fucking Father's Way, which is also from that, oh my god, it's a wonderful movie. It's one of probably the best movie he was ever in, besides Men in Black or whatever. It's Pursuit of Happiness, yeah. Hitch and Pursuit of Happiness. Wonderful movies by Will Smith, and that's kind of what I wanted to make this video about, yeah. Because it's, I don't know what the hell I'm going to title this video. I'll probably just call it Plague or something. So if you look up in the title screen, you see in the word plague, then I guess I decided to post it and call it that. And right now, just, I like to just make a video when I have an idea, and then it's like, oh, I like it, I'm going to put it on there. And I might take it off, I don't know. Depends on how many views it gets, if you guys like it. Anyway, back to the point. I was just thinking, like, that movie, that scene in that movie is a direct indication of how, It's like there's like two layers of hell. There's not just one layer of hell in this world. It's like there's two layers, and then multiple layers actually. But those are the two main ones that it all centers around. And yeah, and what is it? It's like you got all this corruption and everything based off of paper, right? And then when you try to cope with it, yeah, then it's just that movie, that scene is a perfect display of how things get in this world, because you got all this misunderstandings, and the character in that movie is just trying to get people out of their shell, right? Just like in the pandemic, scamdemic. Oh god, I'm just gonna start calling it the fucking scamdemic. Plandemic's not good enough. Scamdemic sounds better. It's just, this imbalance of consciousness. That's all it ever is. Yes, we gotta move back inward, which is death. Got to sustain ourselves before that happens, which is why we don't want to starve. And there's indifference. So that's war. And all these things don't exist in the higher realms. That's what makes it more heavenly, because this is the toughest place you can ever be as a conscious being. Anyway, back to the point. Let's dive into it. That scene in that movie, guys, it's perfect. It's, he's like, this is why falling in love is so goddamn hard. What is love? A higher state of consciousness. Well, how in the hell are you supposed to do that? Number one, everything's based off of paper. And number two, and, got to deal with all these laws, rules, and policies and be a sheep in the herd. A lot of people don't see it because they're always coping, right? So that goes into the next level, right? You cope. Even coping becomes a hassle. And when coping becomes a hassle, there's this other movie. Well, it's a fucking Santa Claus movie with Tim Allen. The third one, he's talking to like the guy that plays Jack Frost. It's like a problem at work is no big deal, but a problem at home, that's the problem. That's a good movie. Yeah, Christmas movie. He plays a wonderful Santa Claus in that movie. And don't ever forget the word Santa is actually the word Satan misspelled. It's all about perspective, guys. We make it what it is. If we want to be like Satan, we'd be like Satan. If we want to be like God, we'd be like God. Because we're consciousness. We can go both ways. Consciousness can evolve and de-evolve. Anyway, back to the point. That movie, right? That scene. It goes into like, you know, this is why fall in love is so hard, because you got the paper and all the regulations, because all the ignorance holds back. We try to raise our children in that, because we think that they're going to be the next Newton or Copernicus or Einstein or whatever. It turns out a lot of times, just like my buddy Prison Cycle just made a video about fucking the more you care, the more life punishes you. It's not really a punishment. It's more like just imbalance, because everybody thinks differently. Right? This world, everybody needs to mind their own business and just help each other, but that's not how it goes. It's like you do what we say or the highway. Fuck, it's just, you know, the more you inward and more selfish you try to be, the more it's frowned upon. People got this thing about being selfish is a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. It helps. But then you try to go out there, and more than likely it's going to be something that's not going to make you happy. Just like in the pursuit of happiness, you got to find your own ways. So yeah, anyways, it's a plague of life, yeah. So let me just try to sum this up in about 3 minutes, guys. It's a movie, you know, it's just, he's like trying to explain that he wouldn't associate with that guy, and he's just trying to, you know, help and get people out of their shell, right? Just because they were like bottled up all those years ago. And these elite and everything, they know what they're doing behind the scenes and everything. And people are just trying to cope as best they can, shut up in their houses for like almost 2 years. I remember all that. You couldn't, you know, when I was working a freezer the whole time, so it didn't really bother me that much. You had to have a permit to even go outside. Guys, I'm glad I didn't have a domestic. I was usually at work the whole time it was going on, thank goodness, because I would have hated to be out of work during that time. Lucky me, at least I got some benefit from it, even if it wasn't a damn freezer. Anyway, let me just try to say this. You know, it's hard to say it, guys. You're just going to have to either know what I'm talking about or just... Everything is just so regulated in this world, and then when somebody tries to help and, you know, help somebody get out of there, then it's like, what is this guy trying to do, right? People can't help themselves because we got all these regulations, everything based off of paper. And there's misunderstandings. I don't know if you remember, I told you the story about how the people got onto me in the hotel back there in like March or February or whatever, when I thought I was posing a nude. I was just sitting in the pool relaxing, sitting on the side, and they get all excited about it. And then I go upstairs and fucking police knock on my door, and I fucking, you know, and I got to actually fucking leave that evening, and they're all like standing over me down at the desk and everything when I was being forced out there. You're not allowed to leave yet. You got to sit here. And I'm like, you know, I'm literally just bawling my eyes out there in the lobby like, oh God, I hate my life. And he's like, oh, it's just, you don't know how lucky you are. It's like, dude, I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm just trying to have a relaxing evening at the hotel here. And just because I took a nap in your chair, and because this was right after I got fired from my Amazon, because they were fucking mad at me for trying to be aggressive and keep up with it before the holidays and the cross-training they forced. And I was just, you know, really laying back around the holidays. And it was actually right after the holidays. I stayed at all the hotels. That's why I don't have much money anymore, because that's how I was trying to cope with my situation, because it's so hard to find good work, even when you got experience. Anyway, they forced me out of there that night, and I don't know if they'll let me come back or not, because people banning you and people kicking you out, because everything's weird. If you don't just fall in line, it's like you got to be ignorant, just like my buddy in his video just now says, like, it's like you got to pretend like you don't care, and then things will happen for you. It's not really a punishment that happens when you care. It's more like just you care about something, and it's like, you know, it's like wants to give you its energy, and it just fucks you over something, you know. I don't know, guys. I don't know what the fuck I'm just, you know, just know that, you know, if you're gonna live in this world, you need to help each other. Otherwise, it's just gonna be chaos. That sums it up. Black Hole, Handle What Up. See you guys again with another one soon. Don't know if I'm going to post this yet or not, but I probably will. Bye bye.